Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I am on choices and I want to talk about chapters 12 to 13 of the Deadliest Game. There will be spoilers and also you should check out because I know it's out for us regular folks now, even though be probably way far behind than the VIP folks. Still go ahead and check out if you want to play this yourself. Now, with chapters 12 and 13, basically with chapter 12, basically Finn, John, Dante, and Farrah, they decide to play a big play a bit of Nick's actual murder mystery game, and Nick went all out. Like he has a holographic of himself that he basically did. Like he went all out for this murder mystery game, and of course it does make John, Dante, Farrah, and Finn sad because he really did put his all into it, and for it to actually be like a reality, like they actually trying to figure out who murdered him and the motive seems to be money. Yeah, it just makes everything so real. But in this chapter, they have to solve a riddle, and basically John and Farrah they go solve one part of the riddle while Dante and Finn go solve the other part. This is also a chance that like Finn and Dante they started to talk together, and Finn gets to know a bit more about Dante, especially how Dante, before he decided to act, he was a bartender, but he always used to go on, these auditions to try to book a role, and he wanted to see if he could do it on his own. So that's why he didn't use his father's name. It wasn't until his father decided to just take matters in his own hand and just show up at the bar that Dante was working at and just saying that he's proud of him and all that stuff. Basically, letting everybody know that Dante is his son, and that's how Dante was able to get his foot off the ground. Which sucks because Dante wanted to prove to himself that he could do it. And I ain't gonna lie, Dante daddy sound like an asshole. I'm just gonna say that and go back to I'm sorry. Let's just say he asshole. Like, you see me trying to do this on my own to prove it to myself, and you just gonna dash any little hope I have. Like, that's some narcissistic parent behavior. Like, that is so wrong on so many levels. However, they do end up solving the riddle. I think the answer was moon. Also, I forgot to mention that in this chapter, Finn has an outfit that helps her solve the little escape room that they go to next. Like after they solve the riddle, they go into this room and they locked in this room and they have to just find their way out of this room. And thanks to Finn, they're able to find thanks to Finn, they're able to like get out of the room. But before they get out the room, there's a small little hole. Look, a small little like tunnel to another room that they could get to and things like that. And Farrah and Finn decides to go into a room and also just to have a little moment and things like that. So basically in this chapter, you have a little moment with not Finn. I meant Farrah, and you have a little moment with um Dante. Also, there are moments in this chapter where like you have to figure stuff out, right? And John keeps wanting to like break things. Like they would say, "Oh, how to get this?" And John would be like, "Let's break it." And it's like it was funny cuz everything that they would say they would want to do, like, "Oh, how are we going to figure out how to do this?" John who keeps saying, "Break it." And it's like it's like he wants to Hulk smash everything, which I find to be hilarious. But at the end of this, because they do end up getting a little piece, a little item to like, I guess the next step in this game that Nick had. And before they could even think about like, I want to say before they can even think about continuing to figure out like what's the next room, because again they figure out that Nick was killed, but it had to be in like it had to be in one of the game rooms for like the mystery game that he had for them. But before they could do that, they see Liz take off running, and that's where chapter 12 ends. Chapter 13 begins with basically where chapter 12 left off, which is Liz. It looks like Liz is trying to make a run for it. Like she's trying to escape this mansion, just escape this place entirely. And so, of course, they, I want to say, they go to tell Pete about it because Pete's like, "What's going on?" And then of course Finn says that Liz is escaping, so they're trying to figure out like what's going on with her. And basically they told Pete to hold down the fork, they'll be back. Pete tells them to be careful, and then of course they go take off after Liz. Finn tells Liz like what's going on. Like she catches up to her because Liz is on ATV. Where she's about to like, yeah, she's on ATV. And Finn's like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening? Why are you trying to leave?" And things like that. And she was like, "I can't answer that, sorry." And she takes off. And Finn has the option to go on the ATV with either John, Farrah, or Dante. She decides to go with John. And while Farrah and Dante takes the go-kart. So of course, they take off, and Finn is living her best daredevil life because she's just doing a whole lot with this ATV, which I find to be hilarious. And of course, John asks her like, "How is she able to ride like an ATV?" And she said from the television. He was like, he was afraid that she would say something like that. But they do end up coming to this mine because they see the ATV that Liz had rode. But yeah, they see it at like the mine area with the mine entrance. And the four of them go into the mines. And of course, Finn still trying to talk to Liz. Liz still ain't having it. She like, nah. She doing her own thing. Basically, she trying to sabotage. I'm talking about sabotage. Wow. Sabotage. Sabotage. Sorry, guys. She's trying to sabotage them from basically following her. But they do end up getting to where she's at. However, Farrah does end up falling into a hole, and this is another moment that Finn decides to go with Farrah and not tries, but goes with Farrah to basically spend some time with her and make sure that she's not alone. And then of course, They do end up getting to where Liz is, and they see Liz with Angelina, but before they could say something, Liz is she trying to clear out the entryway because there's another way out of the mines to get out of Nick's property, and she's trying to clear that way, but rocks are coming at her, and so Finn pushes her out of the way, basically saves her life. And of course, um, Liz still ain't having. Liz don't want to talk to Finn. Liz just want her and Angeline to bounce. That's basically what Liz want to do. Liz don't give a fuck what Finn has to say. She trying to leave. And of course, Finn's like, hey, I just saved your life. You owe me some answers and stuff. And then, of course, Angelina said, like, Liz, come on, let's just tell them. And basically, we find out that Liz is the one that Angelina has been cheating. Because, like, Angelina has been cheating on Nick. And we find out it's with Liz and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I called it. I told my love about this. I called it, but I called it in a funny way because I said it's either Pete. If it's not Pete, it'd be funny as hell if it's Liz. And you know what? It's funny as hell because it is Liz. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's still F up that, like, Angelina cheated on Nick. Like, instead of just telling Nick that, like, hey, this ain't gonna work for me. You always busy. Because basically she gives us a sob story, saying that Nick was always busy. He was always doing something with his company. And then she found out that, like, even though he told Liz to buy Angelina gifts for her birthday, she found out that it was always Liz that was giving her gifts. So she and Liz fell in love. And of course, the boxers was Liz. Liz said that she liked boxers because they're more comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, she ain't lying though. Boxers are more comfortable. It's like sometimes the sexy lingerie be too much. Sometimes I just want to be comfortable. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to the story. But the point is that, like, they figure out who Angelina has been cheating on Nick with, and it was Liz. And of course, John is angry, but mostly he's angry because they asked Angelina and Liz, like, where were them the night that Nick was murdered, and it turns out that they was doing. Yeah, they was doing. They was either in Angelina room or Liz, most likely Angelina room, but they were doing. They sure was, like, yeah, they was doing what everybody was. They sure was. You heard that correctly. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was like, Angelina, Liz, y'all freaky. You little minxies. Like, what? Y'all couldn't have waited until everybody was asleep. I'm just saying. I was like, they bold. I was like, oh. So y'all knew y'all was going to get caught, huh? But anyway, and John is upset because John was like telling Angelina, how you gonna sit there? Because she got angry at him and was saying it's his fault that Nick died. And he was like, how you gonna sit there and say that it's my fault and blame me for everything when you was cheating on Nick while he was getting murdered? Like, what? Like, John was big mad, and he was like, you know what? I'm done with this. We solve it. Let's go back to the house. And the ATVs, I think they ran out of gas because they took the cart. John decided to drive, and Dante, Farrah, and Angelina, they decided to get in the cart, while Finn and Liz decided to walk. This is when Liz said, hey, I gotta tell you something. Finn was like, no, let's wait till we get to the house. Liz like, no, girl, I ain't waiting till we get to the house. I'm gonna tell you now, because Angelina didn't tell you why we was about to leave, why we really wanted to leave out of here. And I was like, ooh, excuse me? Okay, Liz, tell it. And so Finn was like, okay, what's up? And then Liz said that like, she saw that John had visited Madani, I want to say before she died. And Liz thinks that John is the one who killed Madani and Nick. So Liz feel like John is the killer and he gonna kill everybody. That's what she feel like. Yeah, she feel like he's the suspect. And that's why she and Angelina were leaving. And so, of course, that's how it ends with John being the prime suspect now. Which, I mean, is obvious. I kind of figured that was going to happen and stuff like John. Because, like, Dante was one at first. Farrah was being a bit suspicious. But we already figured out what Farrah was going, what her and Nick had going on. He was helping her stealing art to give to the actual rightful owner of the art pieces and things like that. And then with Dante, we figure out that there was a scandal that's going on with the movie that he's trying to push, that he's trying like to get out in the open and things like that. And so now it's John time. And you know what? I have a feeling that like sooner or later they're gonna blame Finn as well. Like there's gonna be a point when they're gonna blame Finn too and stuff. Cause I mean they blame Finn a little bit, especially when she told them about like Madani, how Madani was. It seemed like she was like, you know, like her murder was staged, like Finn's manuscript that she's working on. And so yeah, but yeah, I'm still intrigued by this. I actually want to know who did it and stuff like that, cuz I'm very curious now. I know I want to say oh yeah, in chapter 13, Dante, he made a little, I don't know if it's a little joke or a statement. I took it as a joke. He made a little joke about like, you know how in Scream there was actually two killers instead of one. And he basically said, what if there's like two killers like here type of vibe. And I kind of bust out laughing when it came to that, because it's like, I was thinking that too. Like, if it's not like one killer, it's probably two. But it's like, okay, if there is two, which one is it and stuff. I'm still kind of curious to know who it is. Now, I know it's not one of the love interests, because I'm going to be honest, no shade to pixelberry, but they ain't that bold. They is not that bold. They not that bold to have one of the potential love interests to be the killer. That's all I have to say. So yeah, I don't think it's like any of the love interests and stuff like that. But however, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a hard time seeing. Sorry about that, guys. I do have a hard time seeing each of the people, each of the suspects that we have now, like Pete, Steve, Crystal, Liz, and Angelina. Well, now it seemed like Angelina and Liz are not the killers now. So it's like Pete, Crystal, and Steve. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. It's just like, it just don't seem like I feel like there's something missing. I don't know what's missing, but something has to be missing, because for like one of those three to be the killers, yeah, something gotta be missing. Like something gotta be missing. I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking like, shoot, it could be the driver, and because like, you know, the driver ain't there no more. But I'm just saying, it could be the driver doing this. It'd be funny if it's the driver. Like, it'd just be funny as hell if it's the driver. I'm just saying, it'd be funny. Like, I'm sorry. But also, but either way, I still enjoyed chapters 12 and 13. I am also enjoying the fact that even though we have three love interests, I enjoy the fact that this is not like romance heavy. Like, yeah, I like the fact that it's not like romance heavy in a way and stuff. Kind of like, you know how Veil of Secrets, like, um, Veil Veil of Secrets, you was sleeping with, like, if you wanted to, but like you was sleeping with, um, you can sleep with some of your love interests if you want to. In this one, I like the fact that there's no like intimate scene and things like that, and that's why I like more. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like, Finn flirting with John and stuff like that. However, I like the fact that we more trying to solve like who killed Nick, and not only Nick but Madani. So I like that aspect of it. But so far, I'm excited to see what happens next. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What your thoughts and your opinions, and also who are you romancing in the story? Are you romancing John, Dante, or Farah? Let me know. And also let me know who you think killed Nick and Madani. Do you think there's two killers? Like, I would like to know what your guys' thoughts are. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And until next time, see ya!